very long. T.S. Eliot. I mean, he's been given credit for it since he bothered to write it down. Now, he's not the first one to say it, and certainly not the first one to think it or feel it, but he wrote it down on a sheet of paper, and he signed his name. So that four-eyed prick is a genius. So if you say it, you gotta say his name after it. Life is very long. T.S. Eliot. You're absolutely goddamn right. Now, especially in his case, since he lived to be 76 or something. You know, that's a very long life, especially in those days. And he was in his early 20s when he wrote it down, so he must have had some kind of inside dope. Give the devil his due. Very few poets have come through his trial and come out on the other side brilliantined and double-breasted and Anglican. It's not hard to imagine, given Eliot's first wife, the lovely Viv, how Hart Crane and John Barrowman must have reacted. They just foot raced right on down to the nearest bridge. Olympian suicidalist. But not Eliot. No, he, after sufficient years of ecclesiastical guilt, he just plopped her down in the nearest asylum and went on with the day. God Almighty, you have to admire the purity of the survivor's instinct. Darn. That old goat. The world is gradually becoming a place I do not care to be anymore. I don't know what it says about me that I have an affinity with the damaged. Probably nothing good. But I admire the hell out of Eliot the poet. The person? Nah, I can't identify.
Son of a bitch!
Violet, my wife, she takes pills. Sometimes she takes a great many pills and they affect, among other things, her equilibrium. Well, but fortunately the pills she takes eliminates her need for equilibrium, so she just falls when she rambles. But she doesn't ramble much. My wife takes pills and I drink. That's the bargain we struck. Among many bargains, just one paragraph of our marriage contract. Cruel covenant. My wife takes pills and I drink. Now, I don't drink because my wife takes pills. As to whether she takes pills because I drink, I learned years ago not to speak for my wife. The reasons we partake are any more inconsequential. The facts are my wife takes pills and I drink. Now, these facts have, over time, become bothersome to the maintenance of traditional American routines of purchasing of goods, of paying of bills, of cleaning of clothes, of carpets, or crappers. Well, rather than once more assume the mantle of guilt, I vow abstinence with my fingers crossed and the queasy hope of righting this ship. I've chosen to turn my life over to a higher power. Yeah. Join the ranks of the hiring class. Now, it's not a decision with which I am entirely comfortable. You know, I know how to launder my dirty undies. I've done it all my life, me or my wife. But it's affecting my drinking. Something has been said for sobriety, but very little. Let's bear me begin. And now you're here. I mean, this place isn't in such bad shape. No, not really. I mean, I've managed to maintain. But just last night I burned a whole pile of garbage. You know, a simple utility bill can mean so much to a living person. But once they passed, after they passed, it's just a piece of paper. Worse, a blank piece of paper. Here, this is clean.
Thank you.
I apologize for the temperature in here. You know, my wife is cold-blooded. Not just in the metaphorical sense. She doesn't believe in air conditioning as though it were a thing to be disbelieved.
My daddy was the same way. I'm used to it.
Well, I knew Mr. Youngberg.
You knew Daddy?
Well, it's a small town. You see, I bought many watermelons from his fruit stand, and some summers he sold fireworks too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I bought Roman candles for my children. He did pass, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
May I ask how?
He had a heart attack and fell into a flatbed truck full of wine grapes.
Wine grapes? Oklahoma. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
May I ask about the name?
Monnevada?
Monnevada.
I went back to the original language.
Now, so he was a young bird and you were Monnevada. Does that mean young bird?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Well, then, taking that name, was that your choice?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it cheers then.
Bev!
Beside that ancient house at night, immense, black, damned, anonymous.
Bev!
Yes.
Am I looking through a window? Is this a window? A window!
Can you come over here?
Oh, hello.
Hello?
I didn't know you were entertaining.
Well, this is Jonna, the young woman I was telling you about.
You tells me's a woman?
Pardon?
A woman. A woman. A woman.
This is the young woman I'm trying to hire to look after the place.
So you're hiring women now, the thing. I thought you meant the other woman.
What other woman?
Huh?
This is the young woman I'm hiring to cook and clean and to take you to the clinic and tell us.
In the interest of civil action, your particular ways of speaking, I thought you meant you had thought a woman to be hired.
I don't understand you.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm sorry, like this.
Yes, ma'am?
I'm Violet. What's your name?
Jonna?
You're very pretty.
Thank you.
Are you an Indian?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind?
Cheyenne?
Do you think I'm pretty?
Yes, ma'am.
Like this? Like this?
Be very careful, kid.
You're the house now. I'm sorry, I took some medicine for my muscular.
Why don't you go back to bed, sweetheart?
Why don't you go fuck a fucking sow's ass?
All right.
I'm sorry. I'll be sickly sweet. I'm so sweet. I'm ineffably sweet.
I think I mentioned to you on the phone that Dr. Burke recommends you. He feels like you're qualified to look after the needs of the household.
I have a year towards my nursing certificate at Tulsa Community College. I had to drop out when Daddy died. I've seen Mom and Grandma through some hard times.
Well, he said you'd be struggling for work.
I've been cleaning houses and babysitting.